Ludolf the Elder standing by his window, peering out while nursing a mug of mead. He doesn't really seem to be focusing on anything in particular, and even talks as if he couldn't care less about the conversation. Grave robbers are plundering the cemetery again. I'm not really asking much of you, sellsword, other than to go there and put an end to this foolish business. Go to the cemetery and kill every grave robber you see. Got it? Good. I know the soles of your feet are itchy for the open road. We need to spread word about the company. Let us pay visit to every settlement far and wide. Ivar comes to you and slams a spoon on your desk. There's something on the spoon, but what exactly you can't tell. The mercenary leans back, thumbs jacked into his belt line, his chest growing with breath. Then he sighs, for he knows not to behave in such ill manner in your presence, but he does explain himself. Sir, the men are complaining about the food. I think it'd be great for company morale if perhaps we picked up some meats and other goods in the next town. Only a suggestion, of course. He leaves quickly. You pick up the spoon and look at whatever is in the scoop of it. That can't really be what they're eating out there, can it? Perhaps some variety wouldn't hurt. Well, they ain't getting cake. Shortly after the rations kerfuffle, brigand raiders swung in from the south to engage us. The terrain is terrible to fight upon. Stony hills broken about, and the enemy advances in serious armor with dangerous weapons. Some of them sport better gear than our own. We could fall back uphill and create a line more unbroken than the stone at our feet to swing down upon our stricken foes. Our most heavily armored would lead the front end of the wall, upon which the enemy would break. Unfortunately, they immediately ignored him wisely and shifted south for easier prey. Ivar, steadfast, loyal Ivar of the heavy axe, was left in a bind. The only moves left to him were to hold the line against a sneaky charge or to swing further south to block the enemy, but otherwise be forced to take hits. In the end, this formation would hold. Our lines jumbled, the battle plan scattered. Burkhard, the bulwark, rushed to a critical spot in the rear to slow a movement toward the archers. In response, violence erupted in every direction. Finally, an enemy falls. Ivar rushes into the spot. Veteran of a dozen battles with the company, he knows well the rush of blood and bone, the fear our enemies feel when we chase them into the spot their dead ones held. The enemy morale flags and wavers. A chop clearing up the south. Now we would have to fight through our own lines to reach the new front. The scattered lines of the enemy shatter, but they are not without a bite as well. Their remaining cared little for the losses suffered. Sociopaths are. Almost a cruel jest of the gods. Even as the battle is all but won, Gerlach is beheaded before his closest mates. Surrender is no longer an option for this fellow. Gerlach had been with us for quite a while. Silent, never standing out, but loyal. The loot of the battle was questionable. A Pyrrhic victory. It leaves us in an unenviable position. The men are tired and disheartened by the loss. The gear is damaged and needs repair. Food is scarce and bare enough to return to town, and we have yet to even make it to the graveyard. It would be bitter times ahead for the Taxpayer Battalion, I could see that, as a tactician with the name of Count Ronald Swan. Would we stand or fall back? Could the enemy be overcome in our weakened state? The death of Gerlach weighed heavily on all our minds. We could not see the future, but you can in the next episode.